seen you shine so bright. Mackenzie's laughter makes the world feel right. Tuesday nights, yeah, the crew comes alive. With the love that you give, we all survive. Yeah. From the garden rose to the late night streams, you're living out faith, you're living out dreams. When life gets heavy, you still stand tall. Creekside queen, you're the heart of it all.
Welcome in, guys. It's your girl Tampa, and welcome back to the channel, guys. Please hit that like, subscribe, and share the live out. And for those of you all that's gonna catch the replay, we hope you guys enjoy it. Also, don't forget to put down in the chat what you had for dinner and what your temperature is. I had tuna, and my temperature was like 68 degrees. So we have a guest that's not new, but new to some. His name is Gil. His channel name is Gray Man Prepping. So Gil is a practical survivor-minded prepper focused on real-world preparation, gray man strategy, gear readiness, and mindset that takes to survive when life goes sideways. So welcome to the stage, guys. Gil.
Hey everyone.
What's up? What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. So, what you had for dinner?
What I have for dinner? I had a chunk of a forget the cut of meat, but a basic big pot roast I put in, and I slow cooked it for about 8 hours. And when I went to take it out, I had to use 2 sets of tongs because it was just falling apart.
Ooh, I bet that sounds tasty.
Yeah, I've been eating on that for the last 6 days. It
really?
was a big one. Yeah.
Oh wow! I like cooking my pot roast in a you said a crock pot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like doing it in a crock pot. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's welcome some people in. I'm not gonna butcher that name. I'm gonna call him Wolf.
Phelan.
Okay.
It means in Gaelic or Old Irish, it means wolf.
We're gonna call him Wolf. Welcome in, Wolf. Is that Moon over Miami?
Over Miami.
Hey, welcome in. Said they glad to be at home. What's up, crew? How you doing? Welcome in. I think I saw Mike Chaotic Garden.
Yeah,
Great
Mike's
man.
in here.
Y'all gotta bear with me. Karen, hey, welcome in. Myself know what happens when I eat sugar. It's messing with my eyes. So bear with me. Hey Karen, welcome in. Lee, hey, She Natural, hey. Guys, don't forget, whatever questions you have for Gil, please put them in the chat. Hey, Food Forest, welcome in. Vanessa, what's up, Chef? I'm still waiting on you. What's up? Like, seriously, dude. But, Fortune, hey, welcome in. Everybody, I appreciate you guys coming in. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up. We appreciate you. And share the live. Let everybody know we about to have a fly topic tonight. I like talking to Gil. Gil got stories. And I could just sit there and listen to, like my grandpa used to just sit back and talk about stories. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you do a lot.
Well,
So, huh?
I froze. Sorry. I grew up with my grandmother and her brothers and sisters telling me stories as a little kid. So, yeah, I grew up with that.
Oh, Karen, I became a member. Let me play this right quick for Karen.
Yeah. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Super chat love, yeah, we feeling that. Throw it up, show it up, run it right back. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we on track. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Super chat love, yeah, we feeling that. Throw it up, show it up, run it right back. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we on track. Hey, chat going crazy, big time flex. Super stickers dropping, gotta show respect. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we do it the best. Blessing the stream, no time to rest. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Turn it up loud, let's run up the stats. Hit that button, make it rain real fast. Tampa Creek love, yeah, we built to last.
Thank you, Karen, for joining the Creekside family. You know you always welcome. We appreciate you. Welcome in, Sylvia and Chef. I like food too. So you talking my language, bro.
Oh, he is a professionally trained chef.
I know.
So he can talk that all day long. And he's a canner, and he's a freeze dryer, and he's a bunch. Great guy.
Oh yeah, he's been on my channel. He came up before talking, and we was talking about all the food and all the things. Welcome in, Dave. But what's up, twin? What you doing? I appreciate you hanging out. Them a twin right there. Welcome in, everybody. Let's get this party started. So, guys, what's up, Tia? If you have any questions about anything that Gil has to say tonight, I just renewed. It had expired. Girl, I know. But if you have any questions for Gil, make sure y'all put it in the chat. And make sure you put a question mark in front of it so we can get to that real quick. Hey, the Aquatics, welcome in. She natural. All right, let's go. If you're ready for this topic, guys, put a heart in the chat.
Ready.
You ready, Gil?
I'm ready.
You got your water? You got your coffee?
Water.
Hey, Sammy Joe, welcome in.
So probably the one I want to start with tonight is knowledge.
Okay.
And knowledge is power, and the best place to keep your knowledge so you don't lose it is in books.
What you said, say it again. Say it for the people in the back. You need books, not a Kindle.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, and the best place to keep knowledge so you don't forget it is in books. One of the first books on prepping that I had was actually after I got a copy of it after I moved out of the house because my mom had one. And I may have to turn off my green screen at times here. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn off my green screen. Okay, hang on a second here. Let's get to the green screen here so I can go none. All right, there's my green screen. Oh, it's a real green screen.
Yeah,
all right,
I like that green.
Making the best of it. You got it?
I got that book. Yep.
All right, excellent.
Well, show it so everybody else can see it again.
Okay. Making the Best of Basics, Family Preparer's Handbook by James Talmadge Stevens. And let me go into the inside here so I can read something to you. Okay. It is it's printed by Gold Leaf Press. The first publication was in '74. That's when my mom got hers. After I had my own place, I got this one because my mom wasn't giving up hers. So yeah. And so if you look on the edge here, you can see the yellow strip. Yeah. Over here. Mm-hmm. Reference.
Oh, okay.
And so this is it lists companies, their addresses, their phone numbers, websites. Of course, back then the websites weren't too big for all of them, so a lot of stuff is updated since I've gotten mine. And they got I'd have to look back at it, but in the numbers up there at the top, they stand for different things, and you can see some of them have a lot of X's, some of them just have a little. So let me go back to the front one and see what it's. Okay, if there's an R in there, they're a manufacturer, processor. D is the wholesaler, distributor. R is distributor, retailer, and then they got a whole list there of things for it. But yeah, this is a very useful book. Like I said, I got my copy in 1987 when I moved out, got my own place a year before I got married. And yeah, this is, but I've been using my mom's from 74 up until I got my own. Which one to go next with?
So the Aquatic said, as strange as it may sound, if you can get your hands on one, find a copy of the old White House cookbooks from the first dozen administration. They don't just show you how to cook. It's the old ways plus anecdotes and everything you need to know to keep a home happy, healthy, and fed.
Yep.
The Aquatic, it was designed for the people that took care of the White House to know everything they would need to know in any situation to feed or take care of the president. Do you have the name of those books? Do you know? I had one from the Adams administration. Find it, read it, kept it. Food
And
for
Howie's here.
Hey, Howie.
All right, the next book I have here, everyone probably remembers his TV show, Survivor Man, Les Stroud. I got this when my youngest son was just starting Boy Scouts, and he's read it way more times than I have as a 11-year-old scout and 12 years old. So he's read a lot of it. He started to mark some of the pages, and I yelled at him. I said, just put bookmarks in there. So there are some, I don't know if you can see it, there are some bookmarks in here that he left in there. So I'm just leaving them in there. But Les covers a lot of stuff like he does on the show. And he talks about his failures in doing certain things and the correct way to do things. So I like this because he talks about his failures. Oops, I made a mistake. This is how I fixed it.
Okay.
Good information that wise. The next three books, I know the authors. This is Survive by Jerry Ahern.
Okay.
Jerry Ahern wrote for American Hunter, Guns and Ammo, all the main firearm magazines and stuff, articles and stuff. And he also wrote a lot of fiction books, but he used the fiction books to teach real world doctrine and stuff and what to do in certain things. And so this is a good one, and it's been well used. It's been folded, well used over the years, and covering it. And let's see if I can.
So Mike said he has a cool foraging food show now. The guy that you were talking about earlier.
Oh, Les Stroud?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, Jerry, who lived back in Georgia, we met once when he was out in California, and when I was young, and we kept in touch and wrote. And then when I bought my house and moved into it, I lost my box that had all the letters and stuff in it and his address. And he passed away a few years back, and so a great loss to the prepping community.
Hey, Nikki. Welcome in.
All right. I have several books on my Kindle from the next authors. And I have the most up-to-date version of their most important book. We'll start one of the other ones. This one was out prior to the big PUFA that went out and about. And so Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. They have a YouTube channel. They have Facebook page, and they got a website, doomandbloom.net. And so they do a lot of stuff. They go out teaching. They go to a lot of summits and preparedness fairs and stuff like pros. This is their latest and greatest. This is the 4th edition, and it is 50% bigger than the 3rd edition.
Okay.
So the Survival Medicine Handbook, the essential guide when help is not on the way.
What you
That's
said.
the important part, is not on the way. And this is one that is this. I got the one of the color versions. So you got color picture, all the color pictures in here and stuff. So when you actually see something in color, it's easier to figure out how things are working and things you need to do to take care of things. Okay. But this one I did not pay for, and it surprised the living bejeebers out of me when it showed up.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, they sent it to me. This is number 18 of the first 500 copies from 2021.
Yeah, that's nice.
It comes in black and white. It also comes in color spiral bound, which is more expensive, but being spiral bound, it's easier to lay it open and look at stuff. So, but yeah. So those are some of the books I have, and actually the last book there, I gave one to my nephew. I got one I was going to give to my son. My wife said, he's already got one. He went and bought the black and white version. I had a color version for it, and he goes, no, give it to somebody else. I gave it to another nephew.
Right. Dave Buzz would say, wow. I'm taking notes, brother. I'm 66 years old. I remember some of those.
Yeah. And I'll go to this one here. I'll put my son's dream vehicle.
I got a question for you. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and she was talking about some of the other channels that she followed, and most of the people now are talking about the U.S. being nuked. And they had a list of certain cities that is going to be supposedly be nuked. Guys, this is entertainment purposes only.
Yes, this is entertainment and fantasy.
Right.
All right. Hang on. I'm going to change my hat here for a second and grab my work hat here.
Jeff said, it won't happen, baby. It won't happen.
Yeah, no. I am still in constant communications with people from work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nikki, for dropping Gil's channel. My thing is, if that does happen, what can you do about it? You have no control over that.
Yeah. Thing is, people are going to start rumors because, ooh, it's good. Ooh, and if I make it exciting, I'll get more views on my channel. And yeah. Anyways, there are a couple of countries that are going, maybe we ought to humble them and do this. And then they watch history. And then they go, oh, crap, heck no. They're the only, the U.S. is the only country in the world to drop the big one twice. Not once, we dropped it twice. And we all know when that was. And, but, especially with what has happened lately with a certain criminal dictator of a country who refused to obey the election laws and, eliminate everybody else. Suddenly wound up in custody because the international court said he was a criminal, and we said, okay, we'll go get him. And they're realizing, crap, no one's safe if they pull crap like that. So no, the U.S. is not about to get nuked. People talk about it, and people put out their plans to try to scare our populace. Oh, these are the cities we're going to target, and these are the areas we're going to target. And no, don't got people. No.
Yeah,
When I work for yeah.
I'm
when
like,
I work
if
for
you do something like that, everybody's going to get affected. Every country in the world will get affected by nuking just one country. So I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, all their allies are suddenly going to turn into their enemies because they know what's coming.
Right.
So when I worked for Homeland Security, I was the emergency management coordinator. I wrote over 43 I hate my computer right now. Tactical response plans.
I love Shelf. He's saying rumors, likes, yes, all the things. Like, come on now. If something happens like that, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Nothing. No amount of prepping, no amount of whatever you think you're going to do, there's nothing you can do. Yeah. So
public. All right. Yeah. The last comment. Sorry, I'm not wrong. I know all the information. I'm well fed with the information, and we know what's going on. That's what I did for a living since 2021.
What's up, public access?
So one of the things that people need to realize. So I wrote over 43 tactical response plans for every type of event that Homeland Security needs to be ready for, from earthquakes, wildfires, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, winter storms, droughts, fires, hijacking of planes, hijacking of trains, hijackings of ships, pandemics and all the other fun stuff, all those. All right. The one for nuclear, there were 3 different ones based on nuclear, from a dirty bomb just being smuggled in and detonated in a city to attacks on our bases in foreign countries to attacks on the U.S. Those were the bottom 3 of everything else, probability-wise. So anyone says, oh, yeah, we're going to get, no, we're not. Because any country that is suddenly going to find all these submarines surfacing and going back at them. So, no, it ain't going to happen. Some people say, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. There's a lot of other stuff that's way worse that's going to happen that's going to affect everybody. But I'm not going to try to peddle fear porn here. I'm just going to say, get educated, get knowledge, and then you'll realize, oh, okay, what I really need to prepare for is what happens in my area often. So if you're on the Gulf Coast and the southern Atlantic coast, what happens there often that is really bad? Hurricanes. So that should be one of the number 1 preps they do there in that area. Hurricanes. California, wildfires, earthquakes. And so there are, let me go and get this. That hat itches. That's why I don't wear it very much. This other one has a nice soft cotton liner on it. So there are things that you need to worry about a whole lot more than whether or not someone's going to launch something at you. And so also, just for historic sake, yeah.
Hey, John.
Yeah. For historic sake, everyone needs, if you want to look at countries like the USSR, they were not targeting cities. Cities were not on the. Everyone's, oh, they're going to target a city. No. They weren't targeting cities. They were targeting military bases.
Right.
Because what are the people in the city going to do? Nothing. What are the military bases going to do? Launch stuff back at them. So yeah, that is that. Let's change off that subject. Put that one to bed, because to me that one's basically a no-go for most people.
Right. So I don't know why my laptop, the comments on the laptops is not showing up like So I'm
All right, that's been going on for a couple days now.
Yeah. So I don't know.
YouTube's doing that. It has problems.
Okay, so Gil, Chef said, Gil, your title says Gray Ma'am Prepping. Like, yes, ma'am.
Gray Man.
And she said it's got Gray Ma'am, M-A-M.
Where?
On your title.
Let's see. Let me take a look. See. Edit name. Oh, sorry. Fat finger. The reason is, what happens is, so on Fridays and Mondays, I'm live on my other channel.
Okay.
And it's Camp Patton Family Compound. And so every time I change from one to the other, I got to get in and I got to type it up and change it. So yeah, it's Gray Man.
So Dave Buzz would say, I'm in California and you see what just happened. Parallel somebody. 2 of my cousins lost their home.
Yeah, that's the Palisades fire down there that burnt in an area. An interesting fact that most people don't know about it is, and they tried to blame it on the power lines, but they found out no, the power lines had nothing to do with it. The not PGs. PG is Northern California. Southern California Edison was going to bury those power lines, and some of the sorry, I need to control my comments here about a certain group that like to hug trees and don't know what they're doing.
The tree huggers
said, oh no, there's this rare and endangered flower out here in these fields underneath your lines. You can't dig there and bury it because you'll disturb the flowers. So the electric company was forced to stop. Guess what's no longer there because of that fire? Those poor endangered flowers. Yeah. That whole area just got burnt.
Yeah. You know.
So, anyways, yeah, there are things everyone needs to look at historically. What happens in your area?
Right.
First and foremost, you need to develop what we call a base plan.
Mm-hmm.
Your base plan covers food, water, medicine, clothing, communications. It's the basic stuff you're going to need no matter what the event is. No matter what happens, that's the stuff you're going to need. Now, the other things that can be addendums to that are what might happen, what might be these other events for us. And that is, like, an addendum to the base plan would be an evacuation plan, a shelter in place plan.
Right.
So those are the things that, yeah, those are the things you guys want to develop first.
Okay, because
now the one thing, yeah,
Chef says shelter and security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things you need to, in doing this, you got to remember, a plan that is not written down is a wish. All right. You need to write your plans down so you know exactly what it is. And then, wow, maybe I ought to practice them. UK Urban Prepper just did a 48-hour a couple weeks ago where he turned off the breakers to his house. He had a little power station. And he had a little power station. He was testing things, and he was making notes, and he was running lives using the power from the power station and everything else, and talking and using his smartphone. His house didn't have power, but he was using it and talking about the things he was finding out from the first second he turned off the power. And so if you're going to have run some tests, you need to run tests. One of the things I've always pushed for is for people to have a fire plan for their home. What do they do if something catches fire? Especially the Christmas tree. Where does everybody go? Where does everybody meet? What is the first thing you do? What's the second thing you do? And practice it, and not just once. Practice it at different times. And what's good if mom or dad can drop it on everybody, nobody's thinking about it, all of a sudden you go, the kitchen's on fire. What do we do? The kitchen's on fire. And just, see what everybody does. Just freak them out and see if they do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
And then after it's all done, okay, guys, what went right? What went wrong? Where do we need to improve on? And, what do we need to change up to make it work better?
Okay.
And so I've been pushing that since the early 70s. So, yeah, that's one of those things we need to, you need to, if you create a plan, you need to practice it. Now, people say, well, how do you practice your base plan? Well, your base plan, because it's just fundamental stuff, you practice one of the other plans and see if your base plan covers the basic needs for that other plan. Whether it's earthquake, fire, flooding, high winds, power outages, winter storm, excessive heat, which some people don't realize how bad that can be. So you need to practice it and see if your base plan covers your basic needs. But what do you got to figure out? Oh, okay, well, the base plan works good for this, this, and this. But when we did the excessive heat one, we realized we don't want to be cooking indoors.
Right. Right. So Chef said, failing to plan is planning to fail. Welcome in, Laura. Welcome in, G Mama.
Yeah.
Let me see. Somebody else came in. Happy Max said, Gil, I got caught up in the news that Gil is annexing Alberta for himself. Is that true, Gil?
No. Although Idaho wouldn't mind taking the eastern third of Oregon and Washington, because that is the most conservative parts of that state, and rescuing those people from the cities. Anyways.
Right. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Wait a minute. What do you consider? What prepping advice online is straight up dangerous? Like, you have a lot of channels that's geared towards prepping, survivalists. What do you think the most dangerous advice is after floating around today?
The most dangerous thing for prepping that's out there?
What people are literally telling people, and you consider it to be too dangerous for them to even be talking about it.
Okay. Shoot, because I don't listen to a lot of those guys talking about that stuff, because I know they're, but if they're talking about getting stuff, actually probably, and this is going to freak you out, what is probably the most dangerous advice people are getting about an item deals with gardening. There are a bunch of these well, I want to say the word for them, pretend prepper channels, and they put out, what you need to do is get a bunch of seeds in the cans, the freeze-dried seeds in a can, and freeze-dried seeds die. And you need to get all these seeds and just stockpile the seeds. Don't worry about planting them, because if it happens, you can just put them out there in the garden, just toss them out there, and the food will grow.
That ain't true. I know that ain't
true. Exactly. And there are people buying into it because so-and-so from Canada said this, or so-and-so from Nashville said this. Like, no. Gardening, like any other skill, takes time to perfect, and gardening is seasonal and what's the word I'm looking for? All right, I'll just give an example instead of trying to find out the word. Darren of Thor Haven Homestead up in Canada, they have a garden. They got the Highland cattle and everything else. They had a bumper crop one year of green beans, and they canned, and they canned, and they canned. The next year, guess what happened to their bean crop?
Wow.
It was very poor, but they had canned all these beans. And the same thing goes like with fruit trees and other types of crops. One year you'll have an amazing crop. Next year, So if you're counting on your garden being amazing every year, it ain't going to happen.
Right. Lee said we have a saying in the UK: prior preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance. It's called the 7 P's.
Yeah, we have that over here too.
When I talk about dangerous advice, you know, you have a lot of people that gets on here and they're doomsday preppers. Mm-hmm. Well, they tell you to prep this stuff, but then they turn around and say, well, everybody's going to be dead in 2 years. So what are we prepping for? They're like, what is the purpose of us having stockpiles and prepping if everybody's going to be dead in 2 years?
Wow, so they've been saying that for decades.
Right.
Wait a minute, we're still here. We're not dead. It's been more than 20 years. It's been more than 30 years, and we're still here.
Right. I'm 49. So I've been hearing for the last 20 years that we're gonna leave this world, or the world is ending, but you prep, have a bug out, have somewhere to go. Well, if we're gonna be doing all of this to die in 2 years, why or not die the next year? Why are we doing all this prepping? I think that's the most dangerous advice you can give anybody.
Yeah, is that it's setting a time frame of when something's going to happen.
Right.
There were several channels back in 2017, 18, and 19 that were saying, "Oh, if we happen to have this come around and get everybody sick, I'm bugging out for the wildlands and stuff."
Right.
Not one of them bugged out during 20, 21, 22. So a couple of them just dropped their stopped posting stuff on their YouTube channels for 6-8 months. They kind of went dark because they, the fact that they weren't was making them shine a light on them to what they're really about.
Right. A lot of people come up for views, clicks, and likes, and don't really know what they talk about. At the end of the day, we don't know what the next second is going to bring. Nobody knows. So even if you prepare for things, who's to say you're going to even get to use that?
Yeah. That's why I say prepare for what happens historically in your area. So when I lived in California, we prepared for earthquakes. We prepared for idiots making a run on the store after an earthquake. We prepared for wildfires, and we prepared for flash floods because we lived up in Tujunga, where the Big Tujunga Canyon is, and it floods 2 or 3 times every year, flash floods.
Right.
That's why we never go in there during the rainy season or anytime there's some storm to the east of us. But we prepared for certain things that happen historically often. And then we started preparing for the things that happened a little bit less often.
Hi, Jay.
We prepared for the occasional freezes that would hit Southern California. Don't happen every year, but every now and then they get some really hard freezes down there. Wow. Even the farmers prepared for freezes. All in Orange County and Riverside County, the orange growers, they had all the equipment to keep their citrus trees from freezing. They didn't use it every year. They didn't use it every other year. But when they needed it, they had it, they used it, and it saved them millions of dollars in crop loss.
Right.
So that's the thing. All right, here's a question for you then. Everybody in the chat, put an N for no, a Y for yes. Do you have house or renter's insurance? No or yes?
I'm going to say no, because I ain't in my own house.
But do you have renter's insurance to protect your stuff in the house you're renting?
No, my daughter, no. We don't have it here. I have it on my storage. I have insurance on my storage because all of my belongings is in the storage. So
all
I
right.
have
So
insurance.
yeah. The next one is, who has health insurance?
I have health insurance. So we have a
Yeah.
lot of yes. We have 2 no's. Hey, Nisi, what's up, Miss T? Popcorn Brittle, what's up? Welcome in, everybody.
Yeah. The next
Dave
one is,
Burley.
who has car insurance?
Sometimes.
Yeah. But the thing is, why? And my wife and I were having this conversation about, it's been about 6 months ago. We were talking about it. And it's like, yeah, we have expensive house insurance. And we've never used it, never had to use it.
Right.
If we've taken that money from the house insurance we've paid since 1978 and put it into a high yield CD account, just kept adding to it, we'd have enough money there. If the house in California burnt down, we could build it twice over.
From paying house insurance.
From
Sofa Survivalist says survival insurance. Do anybody have a survival insurance? Like, what is that? I ain't never heard of that. But welcome in, everybody.
Yeah. Happy Max here.
Yeah.
The one of the things that so we have insurance. So what is prepping? It's insurance.
Right.
My great grandparents on their ranch up by Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. They hunted, they grew extra food, they hunted, fished, and everything. They preserved the food, the meat, everything, so that through the wintertime they had food. And they had food that would cover the next summer in case they had, and beyond, in case they had crop failures.
Right.
That was their insurance, was food preservation.
Right. I do know when I got the C-19 and the pneumonia at the same time, my prep saved me because I was sick for 30 days. I couldn't go anywhere. I was just as sick. And if it wasn't for my stockpile or my pantry that I had, my granddaughter, she was younger at the time. She was able to go downstairs, get stuff that she can eat, without me having to cook it. And she even brought up cans of soup for me to be able to open to cook on the stove. If it wasn't for my preps, I don't know what I would have did for our best, making sure she was taken care of and me getting the food that I needed while I was sick. People don't realize you don't prep for doomsday. You prep for whatever. If you're sick, if you lose your job, if any of these tragic things happen, you got some type of plan set up in place.
Yeah. The 2 things. First, side note for the Boy Scouts of America. About 10 years ago, they added a new patch. It didn't replace the motto, be prepared, but it expanded upon it. And it was for scouts that had completed certain merit badges and certain requirements and stuff. They didn't earn it, but they were given the permission to wear this patch. The patch was prepared for life. That's what you're prepping for. You're preparing for life, because life throws curveballs at you all the time. Right. The example I want to give is my brother-in-law. His dad owned a company out of Salt Lake. Bella. What was it? Bella. Basically, they made the fiberglass pipe that the gas stations use that run from the tanks to the pumps and all the fittings and everything in between. They produced that stuff. They were one of the major producers for the United States of that specific type of pipe, because they patented the everything on it. So it's fiberglass, a reinforced fiberglass pipe that is resistant to the petroleum and everything else that passes through it. Diesel, high octane, low octane, all that stuff. When their father got to be 70, he decided he wanted to retire.
Given that.
And he sold the company to some other investors with the provision that none of his family get fired. They get to keep their jobs and keep working there. 6 months after they had the company, they fired just about everybody, whether they were family members or not. They fired wholesale. And so while it was dragging through the courts about breach of contract for the sale, my brother-in-law was unemployed. Well, my sister growing up, had grown up with my grandmother and everybody, stockpiled food. It was part of the way she grew up. And she had a couple years worth of food stored in their garage and pantry.
Right.
So they didn't spend any money on food during the time he was unemployed. All their savings went to pay for the house bills, utilities, and stuff like that while he was out there trying to find another job. For I think it was like 9 months he was trying to do it because, why did you get fired? And he go, everybody got fired. The company got bought out and they breached contract and fired everybody. So, but he finally got another job and they slowly built the stuff back up. And then once the case went to court and all the former employees won against the other ones, and they got, like 3 times their lost wages for the time they were out, and lost wages for future until they were up to what they were making before. Yeah, it was, but it took time, and they had their food storage, which kept them fed during those hard times. There's been several other people I know where they've, lost their jobs. Company went out of business, so they lost their jobs, stuff like that. And yeah, food storage kept them afloat while they were getting a new job,
which is a good thing. G Mama said, "Hey, Candy K, welcome in." G Mama said, because it's not showing up on this laptop, but G Mama said, "Prepping keeps me from worrying."
Yep.
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
Yeah. And it's always good to have a peace of mind, Next one. Do anybody have any questions for Gil? If you have some, put them in the chat. He's here to answer your questions. What mindset separates survivors from victims?
What mindset? That's a hard one because it goes back to the environment you were raised in. That. Mm-hmm. And to say a specific mindset, it's sort of an amalgamation of several things, of not just mindset, but of your character quotient, not your IQ, but your character quotient. Your believing in yourself, your willingness to learn, your willingness to look at something, not take it at face value, and dig deeper in it. Also, your ability to look at history and recognize history. Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Right. The sofa survivor said, thinking beyond today.
Yeah. It's, thinking outside the box, thinking, all right, things are good today. What about tomorrow? What about next week? It's not, people hate it when I say this sometimes. It's not wearing those stupid rose-colored glasses. The world is not all rosy and beautiful. The world is hard, and it's a forge. It makes us stronger if we let it make us stronger.
Right.
Otherwise it can break us. And so your mindset has to be, as far as it comes for prepping, is, okay, I pay for insurance because I know things happen. I know that a lot of things happen. Unemployment insurance, it really doesn't work all that well because it's government run. They give you pittance for the amount you put into it, and they only do it for so long. You go, oh, we only give you insurance for so long because you have another job. We're just keeping all the other money. Anyways, you have to you got to look at things as far as prepping is insurance. It's a lifestyle. And it gives you confidence.
Right.
Gardening gives is probably, gardening is probably the best way for people to start. Because if you plant a garden, the first time you harvest from that garden, your self-worth quadruples that first time you harvest it.
Right.
It's already been building. Oh, I got seeds coming. Oh, I got beautiful plants. I got my first salad I got from it. Ooh, I got my first corn on the cob. That does amazing things for a person's self-worth.
Right. You're not lying, because I don't know Miss Alice, Don't Hurt the Harvest. Me and my granddaughter staying over here at my daughter's house, and we don't have actually space to grow anything. She allowed us to plant some stuff at her house. And when I got my first cucumbers, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, yes! And it was delicious. Like, simply delicious. So Kendi K has 2 questions. The first one is, I keep thinking about a second deep freezer, but without a backup power source, it doesn't make sense. What would you suggest on that?
First off, don't tell me your city, but do you live in the South or you live in the North? Do you live where it gets cold a lot, or where it's, I almost said what my grandmother used to say, bloody hotter than hell. So, all right, for me. All right, let's start with the house in California. We have an upright freezer and 2 chest freezers.
Okay.
Here, I got 2 chest freezers in this house. I got one across the street with my daughter. She has another chest freezer and an upright freezer over there as well. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, the power went off at 3:35 a.m. and didn't come back on until about 5 minutes to noon. I went out and checked my freezer outside in the shop. Everything was rock hard. Of course, the freezer is full and it's turned way down, and a full freezer is a cheap to run freezer. Because everything, it doesn't have to, because you don't have airspace which doesn't hold cold. It gets this place is cold right away. The one in the house I got running on the power station. So the a chest freezer is very power efficient. Hop in the Wayback Machine, and we're going back to 2004 when I took over as Scoutmaster of Troop 1351. We in the city of Martinez during the summertime, they have what's called the Peddler Fair on Saturday, and the farmer, and then they have a farmer's market on Sunday.
Okay.
The lady that runs the Peddler's Fair was a good friend. And when she heard I was now Scoutmaster, she goes, tell you what, I'll give you a free spot if your scouts come down here and put up a booth. Sold. So what do we get? We got one of the 5 cubic foot chest freezers out of our house, loaded it up with ice cream, the Wonder Pops, the drumsticks, the fudge sickles, and that stuff, and the Otter Pops, a lot of Otter Pops, and to keep it cold and down there in the summer heat, I got a couple of deep cycle RV batteries, put it in a little box thing I made, and put 3 15-watt solar panels on it, and we had our back to the sun. So it was sitting there with the sun shining on the panels. I charged up the batteries before we went down at 6 o'clock in the morning to set up. And then I helped her set all the rest of the stuff up, all blocked the streets and stuff and everything else. And when I left and got home, I checked the charge on the batteries, and the batteries are still at full charge.
Okay.
And we were opening and closing that chest freezer in 100-degree weather.
Wow. Hey, Urban.
All the time. And those 3 15-watt solar panels provided enough power for that chest freezer to stay cold. And everything in that chest freezer was cold.
Hilga says she wants some ice cream now. You talking about ice cream.
So a chest freezer will stay cold 4 hours if you don't open it up. I mean, hours upon hours. Your refrigerator in the house, if you don't open the door, you only need to, you can unplug it and leave it unplugged for, if you don't open the door, this is not open the door, you can unplug it for 4 to 6 hours with absolutely no worry about it getting warm inside until you open the door. Then you got to plug it back in, because as soon as you open that door, all that cold air rushes out and all the warm air rushes in. So with that, that's the problem with uprights. You open the door, cold runs out, hot runs in. Now you got to cool down the hot air. Chest freezer, you open it up. If you open it up slowly, you can see if there's humidity, you'll see a fog develop over the top of it, because all that cold air is staying inside. So if you're worried about your chest freezer, it's like, yeah, but heck, your chest freezer, you get one of these small, power stations that are like has like a 1,000 watt hour battery on stuff. That'll last you all friggin' day, no problem.
So two people have a question. One was, what if you are living check to check, barely making ends meet? How can you prep?
People hate me for this answer. Some people love me for this answer. The people that hate me for this answer is when I tell them to get to stop doing certain things. All right. When my wife and I got married, we were young. We liked going out to dinner. We liked doing things. And we finally decided, okay, wait, we need to stop doing the stuff that we're basically wasting money on. Going to Burger King to get meals is very expensive, believe it or not.
Right.
It's, if you have chips and sodas and snacks and stuff in your house, and you look, well, oh man, hamburger is up to $5 a pound. Do you know how much that bag of chips is per pound? You're looking at $25, $30 per pound for that bag of chips versus $5 for a pound of hamburger. What you eat, you can save a lot of money on it by getting rid of the high ultra processed food and getting back to basic real food.
Right.
And I like what Hugo said, canning saves money. Yeah,
it does.
You can buy stuff on sale. Example, last Wednesday, I went into Idaho Falls to Sam's Club. I got there at 8 o'clock, second one in the door. I found a bunch of the meat, because Wednesday's the big day here in Idaho, that was 25 or 26% off. I'm getting that one. I'm getting that one. I'm getting that one. I'm getting that. Ooh, 6 pounds of hamburger. Ooh, I'm getting that one. And so, and I got that big pot roast that I did in the crock pot. Then I got one more meal left on it. And so that pot roast has lasted me almost an entire week, because I didn't cook it until Friday morning. But the hamburger, I grilled up the hamburger, browned it up, put it in a pot, mixed it up with taco seasoning, onions, and garlic and stuff, and I canned that 6 pounds of hamburger as taco meat, and it's on my shelf now. It's got like a 10-year shelf life on it now.
Right.
So, but one of the things to do on a budget is do what my mother did. She grew up in the Depression. Coupons. Even nowadays, you can get coupons and stuff. You can be electronic coupons, but you can get coupons for your grocery stores.
Hey, Bushcraft, welcome in.
Hey, Bushcraft.
Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and share the live. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. G Mama says, Buying a little more than you need can help if you buy corn by a case instead of a can, and eat off the case instead of buying a can when you need it.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Prepper.
some places will sell stuff cheaper if you buy it by the case. Some stores will sell it cheaper by the case.
So when they
You
say
can also, but one of the things you do is you also eliminate the wants versus the needs.
right.
And this is where people are going to hate me. Let's see. Do you really need alcohol?
Yep.
Do you really need tobacco?
Well, I can't stand smoking, so I don't need that.
Yeah. My nephew and his wife got in the habit of drinking and partying and stuff. And I said, hey, do me a favor. Show me your credit card bills for the last 6 months. Went through their credit card bills. I said, this is what you spent going out and partying. And we went through it, and they're like, holy crap, we didn't realize we were spending that much.
Hey,
They cut that out. In a couple months, they were able to buy a new car that they weren't having to do repairs on.
Okay, sofa.
So yeah, they fixed. They changed what their habits, their spending habits, and saved money. My wife and I, about a year and a half after we got married, changed our habits. We stopped going out to Hungry Hunter. Oh, that was so hard. I love Hungry Hunter. We stopped going to the fast foods. We stopped going to the movie theaters. We waited until the movie came out on DVD and paid a ridiculous low compared to the $30 it was costing us, the two of us, to go to the movie theater at night.
Mm-hmm.
And so we bought the DVD, and then we could watch it several times. And so we changed up how we were spending money, what we're spending money on. And because of that, so I bought the house in 1987. We got married in 88. Several years later, when the prices, when the rates dropped, she refinanced the house for a 15-year loan instead of a 30-year loan at almost exact same payment per month, but a lower interest rate.
Right.
And 12 years later, we had the house paid off because all the money we saved, not going to the movie theaters, not going out to dinner, not doing these things, went on paying the house off.
Okay.
And at the same time, we were building up our food supply.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a good steak, buy it and cook it yourself. You don't have to go to a restaurant.
I find that people buy like a half a cow or a half a pig or a whole pig, or if you can afford that, I find them saying that they save a lot of money because a whole cow will last them over a year. Yeah.
My daughter bought a cow several years back. That's why she has one of my chest freezers over there along with hers. And they bought a cow. They got it butchered. They didn't get all the bones and stuff from it because they weren't ready to do bone broth yet.
Mm-hmm.
But a year and a half later, the price for hamburger, for what the hamburger they had in the freezer, was like 3 times at the store for what they had from that cow. Because prices were going up, and they already had that cow, and it's like, doing that.
Uga said, make an emergency plan, a meeting place, contact, etc. Learn to tie knots. Why do we need to learn how to tie knots?
Oh man, every time I go to California and bring stuff back here, I'm using all sorts of knots to keep the load on the truck. I use straps too.
13. G Mama, thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all tap the likes. What you say, Gil?
Yeah, so there are, if you know knots, you will use a lot of knots to get things done and make your life simpler.
But why? What I've never known somebody to tell me learn how to tie knots. Like, what am I tying knots for? Only knot I'm tying is never.
Well, for me, I tie knots every day when I tie my shoes.
Is that actually a knot?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, I never tie a knot because I
Yeah.
always.
If I have something on, hang on. If I have something um, on my trailer or something I need to secure, some 2x4s, I go to a hardware store, throw some 2x4s or 2x6s in the back of the truck. I do a trucker's hitch. You know, run it up, around, over, run it across this way here, run this one up, hook it on. Kind of hard to do about it, but yeah, hook it on different things, and then I just cinch it down. I can cinch down with a trucker's hitch where I have broken pallets that were stacked up. I pulled too hard and went crack, crack. Oops, too hard. But
Right, Tuck. I'm like you. You don't need no knot until you got to move stuff. See, you say tie your shoe. You see my shoe is tied, right?
Yeah.
I never untie this again. I just take it up and just slide my feet in there.
Yeah.
My
grandsons tried that until I started chasing them around, and because their shoe was loose enough, they lost their shoes.
Yeah, remember, I tightened it to the point that I able to get my feet in and out. Yeah, I don't be tying those shoes up like that.
But you know, out here with animals and stuff and moving fencing around, we don't want to make the fencing permanent. We'll tie knots using twine to hold the fences in place and let the chickens do one area. Then we'll move it and let the chickens do that area. To me, I don't think about it because you know because I use knots all the times for things. I got ropes, twines, and in the garden, I tie once stuff starts growing. I use the green stretchy plastic stuff for keeping plants in line, tomato plants, to keep them trellising up. I'll tie those up all the time. I'll tie slip knots. I'll tie easy breaking knots. So yeah, there's different knots you can tie and learn them. So you know, because basically that plastic stuff becomes expensive. So if I can tie it with a reverse slip knot on it, so I pull it and it's loose and I can move it up and tie it elsewhere, I save money. But yeah, there are a lot of things. I know Huga CB, I call her. She's known CB to us. She's a gardener too, and she ties stuff up on she'll tie a piece of string to a stake in the ground to a board up above, and then she'll tie the beans up to it as they grow up.
Okay, so, I've seen somebody do cucumbers like that today. They had like a I want to say like it's not a trellis. It could be a trellis, but it was wooden. Mm-hmm. And the cucumbers grew up the wooden thing. So they had like 6 of them. So fertilized compost dough. My little herb garden got contaminated by iguana corpse. No kidding. Wow. Are you down there in Florida, Tuck? She said the library, so many good prepper books you can get at the library.
Yep.
I have so many books. My passion is books. I love books. I like to actually walk to my shelf and get a book. And I don't understand.
Yeah. He's took my V's down there in Fort Lauderdale.
Yep, because Rob in the garden was telling me that the iguana was just falling out the street. I was like, wow.
When it got cold down, when they got the freeze down there, the iguanas were dropping. Some people were cooking them up too.
Ew.
Hey, if they know how to cook it up and make it taste like chicken, more power to them.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
And then of the emergency. For people who are new to prepping and need to be able to know things, how would you tell them to read the room fast, or how do you read the room fast? Like if you know whatever situation is arising, how do you?
that takes practice. The more you do it, the quicker you get at it. It's called situational awareness training. You go into the room. First thing I do is I look for the red or green lights for the exit signs.
Okay.
And then I look for the signs that say employees only, because that has a back door in it as well, out through the kitchen or out through the employees area. If it's a clothing store, it's out through into the stock rooms and stuff, and out the back. So I look around. First thing I look for is I look up, see where signs are and stuff. Next, I look for the little red boxes on the walls. Fire alarm. Then I start looking at the people in the room. It's like you trust your gut.
Okay.
Follow Special Agent Gibbs. Trust your gut.
Right.
And so you can look at a person and your skin will just crawl. Pay attention to that. You look at another person and I like that person. Trust your gut. Not hearing them talk, just looking at them. People's demeanor excludes a lot about facts about them.
She said Gil 007.
So there are, you go into and just practice. Go for a walk to practice. Go for a walk around your neighborhood with a friend. And as you go by houses, without stopping and staring, using your peripheral vision, did you see that at that house? Did you see that at that house? Make it a game. The more you do it, the better you get at it. It's called muscle memory, for your brain and your eyes. You're developing a muscle memory of observing things.
Okay.
And that's probably the easiest way to learn is going around. Steve at Corsair Trainers took his kids around doing that to teach them situational awareness. And he was like, all right, there's a dog barking in this fence here. What do you notice about the dog? Well, I don't know. Well, is he baring his teeth like, no, he's just barking. Okay. What's his butt doing? And he said, kids are like, what? Look at his butt. What's it doing? Oh, the tail's wagging. The tail's wagging. Oh, it's a happy dog that's barking. They want to play. Is the hackles on his neck standing up? You got to look at things.
I'm hyperventilating and I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. Welcome in, Tammy.
So that's one of the things for situational awareness and reading a room. Practice it. It's like any other skill. You have to practice it.
Okay.
And so, it's like every time I go into Idaho Falls, the first thing I do, pulling into the parking lot, either Home Depot or Lowe's or Costco or Sam's Club or wherever, I'd pull in the parking lot. I'm looking to see how the cars are parked.
Okay.
And so I look to see how cars are parked, figure out where do I want to park that my car is going to be safe.
Right.
Then when I go in, I look at the person at the door. If there's a greeter, I look at the greeter. If the greeter's all smiley and happy and just doing a job, okay, nothing bad has happened yet today. Doesn't mean it's not going to, but it means nothing has happened and nobody's on edge and nobody's inside the store that you know about. It doesn't guarantee it, but it gives you a quick, okay, things are looking okay now. Go inside. I go inside like the hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco. First thing I do is look over at the customer service desk. Okay. Is there a long line in there? Are there people in there? Are they pissed off, or are they like, da-dee-da-dee-da, I just need some help? Seriously, you can tell a difference there if because people will pick up on other people's angry feelings and their attitude changes. Not even interacting with them. They see somebody, and all of a sudden this person's behavior suddenly drops a couple levels because they picked up the vibes off this other person.
Okay.
Alan's here. World Survivalist is in the house.
Hey, Alan. How you doing?
And so those are the kind of thing you learn to look at things. You notice the little things. That's one of the reasons, like I like to go to Sam's Club at 8 o'clock in the morning when they open up. I like going to Winco between 7:30 and 8:30 because there's hardly anybody in there, and there are a lot more people on the floor from the night shift still stocking stuff, and the stuff they put out there is fresh. 9 o'clock for Costco, because usually I get there, if I get there at 10 minutes to 9, 5 minutes to 9, I get out of the car and I walk up to the door, and I'm one of the first 3 people in.
Right.
Because there's nobody else in there, so I can get in there, get my business done, and get out.
That's the best time to go. The early bird catches the worm, they say.
Yep.
Thrift stores.
What was that?
People said thrift stores can be good places to pick up prepper items or at yard sales. Yep. Camping equipment and camping stoves are often at yard sales.
Yeah. And Dutch oven is probably the best things you guys can get.
I love
them. You can cook anywhere with those.
I love them. Because she's been in the bush and she heard California a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
This right here talks about everyday carry essentials. What's in your pocket every day? I knew you was gonna pull it out. I knew it.
Not this one. This one sits on my desk. Okay. The one I have in my pockets from Harbor Freight, it's much better than the one from here from Home Depot. It's easier to change the blade on it. I probably got about 6 of those. Actually, I got more than 6. I got 2 sitting in the kitchen right now. I got one in my dresser, one in my pants pocket in there. I'm wearing my sweatpants right now, so I don't have one in my sweatpants. But I have one by the back door, so if I step out in my sweatpants, I grab the one off the shelf by the back door. Keys. In my pants, I have keys. If I step outside in my sweatpants, there's another key ring at the back door that has a key to the has the fob for the car, has the key for my truck, has the key for the house on it. That goes in my pocket. So it's a knife, keys, and when I go outside, cell phone. Generally, I used to pack a lot of stuff around. Back in the day when I was a late teenager and working construction, I carried a lot of crap because I used a lot of crap all the time. When I worked for Homeland Security, I stopped carrying a lot of crap. I carried some other tools that most people don't carry, but when I got home, those came off, and but I always carry a knife, keys, wallet, cell phone. That's my everyday carry.
So that's your 3 everyday carry items that you think everyone should carry. It says, what 3 everyday carry items do you think everyone should carry? Okay.
ID. You never know when something's going to happen, and you're going to need to identify yourself. Also, credit cards are in here. Money's in here. Emergency. You need to contact somebody. I have never fought anybody with my utility knife. Not that I can't, but I never have. I get a splinter. Oh, wow. I'm going to dig out the splinter. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to dig the splinter out or a thorn out. Oh, I got the bale of hay I need to get loose. Oh, I cut the twine on the bale of hay. I don't know how many times a day I use my pocket knife. I used to have on my regular. In fact, I still have them, but they're in my desk. I've switched to these because I get replacements by the bunch, and it's so quick. Oh, it's getting dull. Change the blade. What's the most dangerous thing about a knife?
You don't even know how to use it.
Nope. The most dangerous thing about a knife, that it's dull. A dull knife injures more people than a sharp knife does. Ask any chef. They sharpen their knives all the time because they want to have a nice, easy cut. They don't want to be forcing the blade down through something, because if they slip, forcing it, next thing you know, Oh, wow. Now you can call me Three Fingers.
Yep. Chef said, dog. Growing what I eat. What's up? How you doing? Welcome in the bushes. He said one of the first things you do before you can render aid, CPR, etc. Make sure the scene is safe. Howdy, everybody. Back to the bushes I go.
Yeah. And that is, first aid is one of the. I've done a couple lives over the years on, skills you need to learn. The first skill I tell everybody to learn is first aid. And usually when I'm talking first aid, I'm talking what's called multimedia first aid, where it's not just first aid, it's first aid, CPR, and now we've added to that first aid class the automated defibrillators you see in the airports, at around public places and malls and stuff. Learn how to use, take a class, learn how to use those. First aid, if you have it, you can save lives with it really quick. Because, like I say, you're there. The paramedics are 10, 15 minutes away.
Okay.
10, 15 minutes, the person could be dead by the time they get there. But I do keep a couple of these around too. I do have my favorite multi-tools.
Okay.
Sometimes I do carry this. If I have a job where I know I'm going to need it, it goes in my pocket. Otherwise, I got one on my desk. I got one in the inside on the table into the shop, and I got one in the mudroom. Yeah, my wife gets mad at me that I have so many duplicate tools all around. So she needs to grab one. She doesn't want to run all the way out the shop. Oh, you got one in here. Good.
Alan said that little knife will get you 5 years in the UK.
Yeah, Alan, you have my sympathies.
Jeg said I have 2 to 3 knives on me at all time. And LG said knife, meds, cash, phone, water, keys, twine, Vaseline, knapsack, mask. Girl, you got a lot on you at all times.
Yeah.
Lighter, duct tape. Tuck said my EDC, belt and pocket, cell phone, 6 blade, 3 to 3.5 inch folding knife, 9mm with 2 extra mags, flashlight, dry fruit, ID, cash pen, single servings of instant coffee. He got a whole arsenal on him. Dang, Tuck.
Yeah. Fortunately, up here in Idaho, I do not carry anymore. I carried like 30 years for work. I don't carry anymore.
World Survivalist, I don't know if I got seeds that's hard to get hold of, but hold on for a moment. Let me put myself big.
Yep.
You see right there in those containers that says seeds?
Yep.
All of those are my seeds.
Oh, you also got knitting there too, for yarn and stuff for knitting.
Yes, I do. I got all kinds of stuff over there.
Now, one thing, which is not, I don't carry it on me, but I got a bunch of them around all over the place. I even got some in my car. I've snuck it into my wife's car, into her little bag in the back, and in my truck, electrical tape.
Ooh. Yeah.
Why electrical tape? Well, if you happen to have a cut and all you have is electrical tape and Kleenex, you got a Band-Aid. Yeah, you just pull it out. And once you have it out, it's, it tears off real easy. You don't even need a knife for it. And I got rolls of electrical tape all over the place. Yeah, you just you can wrap it quickly on something, and I've put it straight on without even, I didn't have anything else I put on it. We get it off quick, wrap it on there and stick it on there, and then head for the first aid kit.
Oh.
Stops the bleeding.
Alan said that's a fancy looking seed bank. I need to start that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a whole big bag that I just got a week ago from Menards that had their seeds 10 cents a pack. So
excellent.
Yeah, I went and racked up, but come April, they said they have their seeds for 6 cents. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm a seed addict.
As far as hard to get seeds, if it's hard to get, I don't grow it. Everything I have that I grow, I have seeds for stuff I haven't planted yet and tried out. But when I try out seeds and I like the plant, I harvest seeds.
Right, like seed saving. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I my favorite lettuce is to grow is Grand Rapids lettuce. It's a cold weather lettuce. I've had less success with begins with an R, grows up like celery, the lettuce. It's usually the lettuce they use in Caesar salads and stuff.
Is it romaine lettuce?
Yes, romaine.
Okay.
Romaine.
So
I haven't had much luck with romaine.
Okay.
And I haven't had much luck with iceberg. But I can drop seeds for Grand Rapids lettuce, and it's coming out my ears. I'm eating it like a rabbit. My sister and kids over there are eating all they can, and they're feeding 3 times as much to the chickens because it grows phenomenally well up here. And come fall, I let some of the plants go to seed, and I go out there with a bag, and I put the bag over it and tie it off. And then when the seed pods start breaking, I kind of just shake it down in there, and I add a couple thousand more seeds off of one plant.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm still planting seeds that I first harvested 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's what Indiana Funny Farm says. She has enough seeds for 5 years of gardening all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Chef said, if I won't eat it, I won't grow it. So guys, even if you got the seeds, make sure it's seeds that you're gonna grow, that you're gonna eat. Don't be having seeds of stuff that you know you're not gonna eat.
Yeah. The only other thing I can say against that, if you find them on super sale at wherever, and it's like, I really don't eat that, but in an emergency I would eat it. Grab a couple packs, because if you don't grow it, you can gift it to somebody and say, try growing these, and you may inspire someone to become a gardener.
Right. That's true. That's true. Dave said, I'm growing butter crunch lettuce for the first time this season. And Vanessa said, I do have various rulers and drawing tools on my messenger bag. Mike said butter crunch is my favorite. I have a hydroponics, and I experienced growing in the hydroponics for the first time, and I grew Swiss chard, kale, leaf lettuce, and basil in there. Yeah. And it grew so greatly that I was like, I really need to get a bigger one. But yeah, if you guys are interested in growing hydroponically, that's something that you can do indoors all year round.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. I forgot to take a picture of it. Shoot. I got an orange tree I'm growing inside. Once the last freeze is gone, I will move it outside. And next fall, I will move it back inside.
Okay, because you're in Idaho. Yeah,
I'm up in Idaho, yeah. Howie's up in Canada. He has a huge lemon tree in his living room.
And it gets lemons on it?
All the friggin' time.
Wow. Nikki, thank you for dropping Gil's channel. I appreciate you. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you are enjoying the live, put some hearts in the chat. If you have any questions for Gil, please do so. Drop them in the chat as well. We're going to take a quick second and wish all of the February birthdays a happy birthday. So if you're born in the month of February, This goes out to you. Happy birthday.
It's your day, king. It's your day, queen. Light that candle, let your soul gleam. Hands up high, make the world know your name. We celebrating you, no shame in the flame. Yeah, you made it. Another lap round the sun. Storms came hard, but you never did run. Held your ground with that fire in your chest. Now we toast to your life, cause you not like the rest. You the backbone, the truth, the fight. You shine like a porch light in the middle of night. From the creek to the stars, we lift you today. Put your crown on right, let the music play. Happy birthday! Stand tall, don't fold. You a story still writing in letters of gold. From the dirt to the sky, you rise each way. So we sing it loud. Happy birthday. Celebrate, elevate, live it your way. Tampa Creek, love every step of the way. You're the spark, the wave, the heat, the flame. Own it now, go on, rep your name. One shot, one cake, one flame lit. One king, one queen, too real to quit. Another year wiser, stronger, bold. You're a legend, baby, pure solid gold. It's your day, king, it's your day, queen. Let it shine bright, live that dream. From Tampa Creek with that soul and sway. Happy birthday, go on and slay.
Happy birthday to all you February babies.
I gotta answer this. I gotta answer this question. They're edible flowers. There are several really good ones out there. The dandelion is 100% edible, everything on it. The nasturtium is edible, and people make tinctures and teas out of it as well. And it looks really great. My mom never knew it was edible, and it was one of her favorite flowers. And she had hundreds of them across her property there in Martinez. She had an acre and a quarter. She had hundreds of nasturtiums out there. She just liked them and liked the smell. And the bees liked them. So yeah, it's not a waste of time. It's a pollinator. You can use it. And yeah, they're great.
Popcorn Brittle. Oldham Homestead is the one that creates all the music that you hear on Tampa's Creek. I also found out sunflowers, certain sunflowers, the head, you can eat those. People roast those and eat them.
Yep.
Yeah. So growing flowers, edible flowers, is never a waste of time.
Yeah.
Do you know how many years I've been going without finding out that everybody was like, dandelions is a weed. We always thought it was a weed, and it's medicinal. It has medicinal properties.
Oh yeah. All right. Just lost it here. There was a flower I was going to talk about. You mentioned I was saying sunflowers, and I just lost it. I lost it.
Even the rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even roses have.
Yeah, rose hips is very high in vitamin C. Makes a great tea. Another flower which is really, really cool for your garden. It's called borage. Borage has several things. One, you plant borage near a tomato plant, you ain't gonna have tomato hornworms near that plant. They can't stand it. The bees love it. The bees will be all around it, and you can also make a tincture from the borage plant, but it's one of those ones you got to use it with knowledge and understanding, because it takes just a little to do it. You don't want to overdose on that. The real cool thing about borage, if you plant a bunch of borage, like my wife did when she planted a bunch of it because she had a bunch of tomatoes, no hornworms at all, but the thousands of bees out there at a time. And she was starting to get nervous, and I went walking out there. All of a sudden, I put my hand out, and the bees were landing on my hand, and they looked drunk. They love the borage. The nectar from the borage just makes them feel good, and it makes a great honey. But they just love it, and they mellows them out, and they're not aggressive. So, yeah, borage is great.
Nikki says she loves nasturtiums, Indiana Funny Farm said chickens love nasturtiums too.
Mhm.
And cousin said, I ain't eating no nasturtium or however you spell it. Odom, yes, Odom is the bomb. Odom did all the music that you guys hear on this creek side. It just tastes like kind of pepper and good inside. I do know because when getting into, because like I said, I was always an avid prepper, never a gardener. When I got into the garden community, I've learned so much over the year or so that I've been in the garden community. And I'm like, seriously, can't wait to put seeds in the ground. Like, I'm waiting. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, calendula flowers are excellent for your skin. Add them to oils or lotions and good against the sun.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to look something up here, see if I can find it on one of my computers here.
okay.
Oh, shoot. Can't find it. Can't find it. Oh, well. I can find something here for you on that for flour. Quick.
Thank you for dropping Odom's Homestead link, Nikki. I appreciate you. Yeah, Nikki, drop your link as well. She is awesome. I just love her. She'll make you shop at Dollar Tree, though. Yeah. If you watch her Dollar Tree video, she'll make you shop there.
All right. Here we go. So share screen. You don't need to drop both of us down. Just, it'll just go up there. You can keep both of us up here. Once you share it, we'll be off to the side.
Gil, you act like this is my first rodeo.
Yeah, I know, but you seem to like to drop us down. Amazon, put in books on edible flowers. All sorts of edible garden flowers and everything you can think of. Yeah, more than I can talk about. There are several channels that have put out. They do tinctures and stuff, and they pull the edible flowers and they make tinctures and teas and all sorts of cool things.
Okay, welcome in, Kraken. That one. The field guy.
Yeah.
Popcorn Builder said, we are family. Hey. Thank you, Nikki. Popcorn Builder is my big sister. So this book I have, and I love this author. Hold on.
Woo!
What's going on with my thing?
I don't know. All right. Crew 1351 just gave me a super sticker.
Hold on. Let me shout that out for him.
Yeah. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Super chat love, yeah, we feeling that. Throw it up, show it up, run it right back. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we on track. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Super chat love, yeah, we feeling that. Throw it up, show it up, run it right back. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we on track. Hey, chat going crazy, big time flex. Super stickers dropping, gotta show respect. Tampa Creek fam, yeah, we do it the best. Blessing the stream, no time to rest. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Turn it up loud, let's run up the stats. Hit that button, make it rain real fast. Tampa Creek love, yeah, we built to last.
Crew, thank you for blessing Gail. So this book right here, I love this book. And it's Sam Thayer's Field Guide to Edible Wild Plants. Guys, this book right here, if you want pictures, it's got pictures. It has a lot. And then when you go, if you're into foraging, it's gonna tell you the habitat that this plant is, the food use, the comments, the description. It's gonna tell you a lot about what flowers you are looking for. Hey, Shelly, welcome in. So that's another book you can add to your library. Tampa got books, Gil. Here, put that back. Oh, and give me that one right there.
Here. Nope, that's not coming up.
Welcome in, Shelly, guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you all got any more questions for Gil, please, now's the time to drop them. And then I also got this book, Trees of North America. It's something about trees. I just like trees. I just like them. I wonder, do they got a book on trees of since we're in North America? I wonder do they got trees on other, like South America? Would I need trees on South America?
In certain regions, they have brought trees from South America and grow them in certain regions here in the U.S. because the climate is compatible.
Okay.
So there are certain ones you can bring in. However, there are certain restrictions on certain trees, and they got to go through a vetting process by a horticulturist to make sure that it's not bringing any pests or diseases in with it. And they friend of mine, Kathy Eccles, who was the head of the horticulture department for the Contra Costa Community College District.
Okay.
Had Department of Agriculture visa thing. She'd go down to other countries, like she went down to Australia, and she would bring plants in, and she had a quarantine area, and they would come out and inspect and look at it. And after so long, they said, okay, these plants are good. And then she would, instead of bringing them more in, she had the green light, she would propagate them and sell them.
All right. Appreciate you, Cragen. I'm not in Tampa. I'm actually in Indiana. Tampa was my grandfather's nickname, so I just wanted to incorporate something of him because his real name was Henry, and I didn't want to say Henry Homestead. I just really wanted to put some. So that's where the Tampa come from. My grandfather was a great man.
I'm gonna dime somebody else out here. Mad Chick Acres. Mad is Madeline. Chick is Charles. It's his parents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Chef Tech's other channel, Mad Chick Acres.
I like Chef Tech. I just love him. Mark is funny to me. I could sit there and talk to him all day. He is hilarious.
Right. So one thing I want to tell everybody, you can grow a lot of stuff indoors. And when I said I was growing an orange tree indoors, here it is. This is my orange tree. It's in a 15-gallon pot. And this was how long ago? This was about so this is about 4 months ago. So I got grow lights around it. I got the blinds there. That's a south facing window, so I get sun 6 hours a day on it. Got the reflective mylar there to keep all the stuff going back on it. So I got nine oranges, and going to go down and show you some of those oranges.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. 2 back over in there. Yeah.
So I can grow fruit trees indoors without having to put them outside.
Yep. Howie does that all the time. Let me catch this one here. This
Mike,
one
do
up
you
here.
grow trees inside?
Yeah. This orange here is now so big it's twisted the limb, and now it's hanging down. So it's got laid more.
How long does it take to change the color? Like, when would they be ready for you to eat them?
All right. Oranges is an unusual fruit. It's not like apricots, apples, or cherries or peaches. You're looking at 9 to 12 months.
Okay.
Our trees at home, they have fruit on them year round.
Okay.
Because they start as we start picking the oranges off of it, it goes, oh, blossoms, I'm losing fruit, I need more blossoms. And so by the time we get all the fruit off of it, the other ones are within a month of being ripe. And so our fruit trees, our orange trees and lemon trees, or the one lemon tree has ripe fruit on it 13 months out of the year.
Wow. I didn't know that though. I thought maybe people just bring their trees in because it'd be cold.
Yeah,
but most of the people that I know that have trees, they're in the ground.
Yeah, our trees in California are all in the ground. Now that video is from it's on my other channel, Camp Patton Family Compound, which is my gardening and homesteading channel. But yeah, there's all right, in California, in the front yard, we got a huge catalpa tree. It's just a flowering tree from Australia. Under it, my wife has a ton of plants. It's yeah. Then we have this in the before we go to the backyard. There's a big, huge lemon tree. We have butchered it back so many times, and within 3 months, it's big again, and it's just dropping lemons all the time. And back we got a Granny Smith, a Fuji apple tree. We got three apricot trees. We got 4 orange trees. We got 2 more lemon trees in the backyard, 2 cherry trees, a peach tree. The nectarine, my wife pulled out because it was struggling and it was getting funky. Pulled it out, got rid of it. I know there's a couple of little trees in the backyard that bear fruit and stuff. So yeah, any tree that you can grow outdoors, especially that comes in a dwarf variety, you can grow them indoors.
Okay. So Mike said if you can grow a house plant, you can grow some food. He has a fig tree that he has indoors. And Dave says, where in California does he have those trees, Tampa? I'm in Bellflower, close to Long Beach.
Northern California, city of Martinez, which is known for 2 things, the martini and the lowrider car. So it's in Contra Costa County. They're out in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay. And Indiana Farmer says, I have many citrus I dragged out of the house every year, south-facing winds in the winter. Yeah, she's in Indiana, so
yeah.
But yeah, I'm amazed though, because when I was growing up, I always thought tomatoes came in 2 colors, green and red. Oh, that's it.
Yellow, white, pink, purple.
I know now, Gil. I was so amazed when they kept telling me with all the different types of cucumbers. Like, what you mean you got a lemon cucumber or you got this kind of cucumber? What is it? A cucamelon? I think that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah. There are so many types of cucumbers. When you find the one you like, you plant a bunch of different ones. Experiment. Different ones each year. When you find the one you want, save those seeds.
Now, I love the lemon cucumber because that was the first one I grew, and it was amazing. I love it. And Miss Alice, she grew a orange accordion tomato, and I love that one. So I was just amazed, that I was living in a box. I didn't know all of this type of gardening, exists. The basics, Yeah. So, guys.
All right. I'm going to share something with the people here. This is off my other channel. And so, to me, gardening and prepping.
What's in the thing right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gardening and prepping are intertwined. So, this is these are my playlists over there on my other channel. So, going to go down here to few playlists. This is the My Garden playlist.
Okay.
And look what my wife did to the front yard.
Wow.
There is no lawn on our property all in California. There is you want to see what we really have? The second and the third and fourth ones, Chris's Urban California Garden Tour, part 1, part 2. And she goes around, and so let me see. Hopefully I don't get it. It's going to have, yeah, it has an ad. So I'll just wait until the ad's gone on the other channel here for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, should be able to hit the thing now and skip. There we go. Hang on, let me back up here. So
guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up.
yeah. All right, so this is the staff sergeant. She's called the staff sergeant because when I met her, she was a staff sergeant in the Army. That is the Chautauqua tree in the background.
With the white flowers.
This up here, the Chautauqua tree. It blossoms in the wintertime.
Okay.
She has rice straw down. She's talking about it, but she goes on, points out, talks about everything there. Yeah.
Ooh,
and
what
so
kind of tree is that?
That was the Chautauqua tree from Australia.
Okay, it sure look weird.
Yeah, well, like I said, in the wintertime it was when it has all the flowers and it's beautiful and stuff.
Is that in California or in
this is in California?
Okay.
And she has all these different flowers and strawberry beds. Let me jump over here a little bit. That's her elderberries.
Okay.
And let me jump over here a little bit farther. There's the strawberry bed or beds.
I like me some strawberries.
Yeah. And let's see, jump over some. She's still talking about that. Let's get over here a little farther. This is her pea arbor. It has peas and beans on it, And you can see some beans hanging up there that she missed. She harvested that morning, and there's beans she missed all over the place up there. Right in front, there's one right here in the right front she missed.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody do that with a loofah.
Yeah. And come on. She plants a lot of rainbow chard and Swiss chard. She also has zucchini back there behind it. She's got there's another view. Roses down the other side. She's got thyme. She's got onions, a bunch of stuff there. Let's see here. So, this is what used to be a lawn. I spent several months putting in a nice lawn for her. 2 years on, and she goes, "Would you be mad if I took the lawn out and put a garden out there?" Nope. I don't have to mow the lawn. Yep, you can put a garden in.
Lemon cooks grow super fast too, Indiana Funny Farm said.
Oh, she gets sunflowers that are like 20 feet tall.
I love sunflowers.
And let's see, going around the other side here. Let's change here. Starts going up the other side of other plants. She's got passion vine, passion fruit, and a bunch of other plants growing there. The daylilies in the front planter. Some other she's experimenting with those bag plants.
Okay.
Plant bags, put stuff in. And she's always propagating stuff. Always propagating stuff. Here we go. She has big tubs out here for different plants, blueberries, and other ones as well. And she talks about what she does with them, but a black cherry tomato. It's not black, but it's called a black cherry tomato.
Cousin said this is good information. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and she has there's some of the time she has cactus that was something my youngest son brought home from school. He got the teachers gave it away, and it just
wow.
So yeah.
Does that thing that's the cactus that have the little sticky things on it, right?
Oh yeah, all over it. There's some more there's raspberries there she's doing. And so let me stop that one and go back. Actually, I don't need to go back, but let me grab. Yeah, I should have gone back. Let me just go here and catch the something in the backyard. Part 2. Part 2 is the backyard. Come on.
What the what?
It's a game. It's a game ad.
What the world?
All right, so here's the lemon. Look at the lemons on that sucker.
Oh wow.
Lemons and orange trees and different variety of orange trees. Look at the oranges on that.
How long does it take an orange tree to actually get fruit and then change its color?
All right, the tree I'm growing in here, I bought it in California last. I guess it was in the middle of June, and so those oranges on it are after I brought it in the house after when the first freeze hit. I brought it in the house, and I put some other fertilizer on it, and it started doing those oranges. Like I said, these orange trees is here. They'll have orange trees on it and blossoms for the next one going on. And so they'll have artichokes.
Oh, so you do grow artichokes.
Yeah,
We've been asking people, do they grow artichokes? Nobody in the community grow them.
Yeah. Let me go back to the beginning here because I missed something at the beginning on this side because it picked up in the middle of it. Where's the big lemon tree? Those are all right. This here is the big lemon tree off to the side here. Shoot, come on, let me back up just a little bit and catch that. There's borage, and look at all the bees in the borage. Bees are just all over the borage.
See, flower. I mean, I would love flowers. Where I get my homestead, I want flowers.
Yeah. I didn't get. You can barely see a lemon up in the corner. I didn't get a good shot of the lemon tree. I don't think.
Okay.
This is heading into the backyard, and these are grape plants up here. So she grows different types of grapes as well, and on each side. And this is on the one side here is a it's the plant that the monarch butterflies love. That's what this tree is right here. And it's kind of sparse down here, but up on the top, it's greenery all over, and the butterflies are all over it.
Oh, yeah. You see that thing right there in that pot?
Yeah.
The wooden thing? The person that I saw earlier, they had a lot of those, but built more sturdier. And that's what they had, their cucumbers growing up.
Yeah. She just did she put it here, and it just started growing up, and it's all over the place.
Yep. Indiana Farm said, when you are a prepper, the next step has to be homesteading and raise your own. Stock supplies only last so long, but the ability to produce your own never does.
All right. So here's just going into the orchard. This here is a Granny Smith. This here is begins with an H. That's an apricot. The variety begins with an H.
So it's in a pot or a bucket. Is not in the ground.
This one's not in the ground. This one's in a tub. This one was at my mom's place, and we in this tub, and we moved it over to my place many years before. And it produces a lot of apricots. Well, we got to fight the squirrels for them.
Wow, that's a lot.
This is the Granny Smith tree here, and she's constantly chopping it back because it produces so mini apples. Look at that.
That's nice.
It took 4 years for that to start producing. And she's got other stuff. She's got other plants. These plants have to stay in the shade because they'll get sunburned.
Okay.
This is the Fuji. This here is a pomegranate tree. Right now, this tree is so friggin' big. We got built boards on the side there by the walkway to keep it from into the walkway. Last summer, she had 47 pomegranates on it.
Wow. So do y'all still have this property?
Yes, she's still living there right now. She has several more years before she retires. And so when she retires, we're still debating whether we're going to keep the house and just rent it out as income property.
Okay.
Or whether we're going to sell it and play the financial game on it so we don't get nailed by the great nuisances, California state property gains taxes.
Oh.
But she's an accountant now. And so yeah, she worked a couple of years for the IRS before I knew her. Was in the Army, was a staff sergeant, and yeah. Anyway, so that's what's over there on Camp Patton Family Compound. It's garden stuff all over the place, as well as the 5 acres across the field, across the street when I'm working in the field and stuff. So yeah, prepping and gardening. They are. They're not actually different sides of the same coin. They're different slices of the same pizza.
Okay.
It's if you're a good prepper, you have a garden. If you have a garden, you don't know it, but you're a prepper because you're putting food away and storing it.
Mm-hmm. And see, like I said, I was a prepper, but I was never a gardener. And now I'm into the point that growing your own food, when I tasted the food that I grew, like you said earlier, it makes you to be proud of something, that you took the time out, that you grow it. Because you get a lot of people say, oh, I can't grow nothing because I got a green thumb. I ain't got no green thumb. Well, if you got a green thumb, you need to take your butt to the hospital because something ain't right with your thumb. But you never know what you can do unless you try it.
Yep.
And if you fail at it, try again.
Yeah. Yeah. Gardening is a learning experience. It is a confidence builder. Yeah. The first time you fail, it doesn't build your confidence. But if you have the right people behind you, you're going to learn, oh, what did you learn from that? I learned not to water it with 5 gallons of water every day.
Right.
Or I need to water more than a quart of water on it a day. And so, yeah, there are things you can learn about it. But once you learn the rhythm of gardening, oh, what you can do once you have that rhythm down is amazing. And you can do what's called a square foot garden, and you can grow a lot of plants in a square foot garden.
Okay. So is that like something behind you on that picture?
This is just one I pulled off the net because just because I liked it and it got the point across. Each planter bed here, I can't remember the channel's name now. Each planter bed has either a different type of stuff in it. The one back up here has different types of lettuce in it. This one over here has strawberries in it. This is a pepper. Yeah, you can grow a lot of stuff. And several of the people I collaborate with here, Courtney at Wide Family Farm, she loves the book. Tomatoes Love Carrots, or what is it? There's a book out there. Someone out there will probably know. Tomatoes Love something. It's about companion planting. And but yeah, I'm seeing if I can find it here real quick.
Yeah, Alan, a lot of people in my garden community, they do green stalks, the vertical green stalks.
We got that too.
Yeah, they love them. And I love them. Whenever I get me a spot, I want 30 of them.
Yeah, it's tomato loves carrots. Hang on. There's a couple cool books here. Wrong tab. Plus tab. There we go. Share screen. There we go. So this, you type in tomatoes love carrots on it, you got tomato love carrots. Roses love garlic. Combination one, but yeah, you see all the different ones. Everyone knows tomatoes and carrots love each other. So there are different books on it. Companion planting. There's the three sisters, corn, beans, and squash.
Okay.
Beans put nitrogen into the soil, which the corn loves. Squash, I forget what squash puts in there, but they each contribute to the others. So the three sisters is the big one people talk about. It's those three, but there are a bunch of different ones here on companion planting and stuff that can help you get more out of your garden. And don't make them. And if someone's thinking about companion planting, don't make the mistake of planting everything at the exact same time. You plant your corn before you plant the beans, and then you plant the squash several weeks later. Because the corn needs to start growing up, the beans start growing up the corn, then the squash covers everything on the ground.
Okay. So cousin said, do y'all have loquats?
We don't, but my mother-in-law down in Fremont, California, has two monster loquat bushes. They're not trees anymore. They are freaking, and they cover up.
You know what, Gil? I've never heard of loquat, kumquats. I've never heard of any of those terms until I got in this garden community, because I was like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what is that? So yeah. My mother-in-law has those,
two big, huge ones. And in the since we got my wife and I got married in '88, in their front yard, big, huge front yard, big 2-story Victorian house. Got married in the front yard. In the back were two 6-foot-high loquat bushes. Now they're so friggin' huge and stuff, you need to get a hedgerow tank to get through them. It is solid. You ain't getting through there at all.
Yep. My mom has loquats in Los Angeles out here in a backyard. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and Gil tonight. Yep. It has been amazing. And, hanging out with Gil, he has a wealth of knowledge. Make sure you all link up to his channels, especially his camp.
Here, let me no, I can't throw it up here. Camp Patton Family Compound.
That.
Quick story on it. Camp Patton, my wife created an email, Camp Patton, for when our boys joined scouting. Her last name is Campbell. In the military, she never changed it. I know why. She showed me why. All the problems with changing your name in the military. So she remained Campbell. I'm Patton. Camp Patton. My grandmother's place there in California was called the Family Compound, because all the cousins and everybody swarmed on there in the summertime for strawberry jam and fresh milk. And so Camp Patton Family Compound, where it came from.
Okay.
So that's the story behind Camp Patton Family Compound. Nothing militaristic about it. It was just homesteading stuff.
So Alan said, is it true you need to rotate planting every year to avoid disease? Does a garden size matter for that?
It's better if you can rotate crops, not so much for disease, but for the health of the soil. Example, here in Idaho, I'm surrounded by farms. They will plant alfalfa one year. Next year, they plant sugar beets. Next year, they plant potatoes. Next year, back to alfalfa again. Sugar beets, they rotate it because what a plant will pull some stuff out and put some stuff back in. The next one pulls them out, so they rotate around so it maintains the health of the plant. If you do get a disease on a plant, don't plant it there for several years. You get rid of it, burn it, throw it out, whatever. Get rid of the disease if you can't cure it with the natural sprays and stuff. But yeah, plant something else there. Most of the stuff my wife tries to rotate around. She'll change up the strawberries in the one planter, move it over to another planter, move onions over into this planter, potatoes over there. She rotates those raised planter beds around. The only thing she doesn't rotate around is the sunflowers because they pop up wherever the heck they want to pop up. So she just lets them go, and and they'll grow good in areas and stuff. So, but yeah, you want to kind of mix things up. So even in the small planters, we rotate the planters there. What's in them?
I got a question.
Yeah.
I just put in a comment that says, Nikki, Mike, and G Mama, thank you for helping tonight. I appreciate you. YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam.
YouTube is screwed up right now.
Wow.
Some of my followers from the scout troop that are now in the venture crew 1351, they made several comments at the beginning of this, and YouTube blocked it. Then they broke it apart into 2 separate comments, and YouTube put it in.
Wow.
Yeah, YouTube is really jacked up right now on stuff. So that's why I'm not seeing half the comments you're talking about. I'm not seeing.
I don't see
right
any over here. Like on my laptop, I see Tammy's comment, but when I go live, like on my live, because I'm watching the live as well, I don't see her comment over here at all. And some of the comments that I see over here is not over here.
Yeah, it's screwed up right now. It is really screwed up right now with stuff.
Yeah, so.
But yeah.
Mike said, then create GMO seeds that require the chemical competent fertilizers to grow it. Yeah.
Non-GMO. Get heritage seeds any chance you can get.
Yeah. And your best bet is to just start saving seeds.
Yeah.
If you
I almost forgot. Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on Camp Patton Family Compound. The topic, grow indoors.
Okay.
So you can guess what I'm going to be talking about, indoor stuff.
Growing indoors. And the 22nd of February, I am doing a 1-year anniversary of me being a content creator and a giveaway. So at 9 p.m. Eastern time Sunday. So guys, I will appreciate you. You have to be a subscriber of the channel to even participate. Nana Wynn said Tampa. She was having problems the other day also, but I've been having issues ever since with my laptop in the community with the comments. I'm not getting all the comments, and then when they do, it's like a lag, know. So other than that, I appreciate you guys.
That happened last year with YouTube interacting with both StreamYard and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It was like going around. YouTube did this upgrade, and they had problems on it. Then Facebook did an upgrade, and everybody had friggin' problems. And so these I'm sorry, but their IT guys need to get it right before they do the upload.
What you said, most of the issues with YouTube is ads. They keep trying different inserts that freezes the chat or video.
Yeah.
So Gil, I appreciate you coming out and hanging out, taking time on this Wednesday night. You're always welcome to come up and whenever you feel like it. I truly enjoyed the live. Other than that, you got anything else you want to say last minute?
Just in the mornings, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern, I am doing a 2 to 3 hour live stream in the morning where I'm editing my novels. And those are these things here. So I'm currently on chapter 2 of Running Against the Wind. So that's you're basically going to see me. I'll be reading it. Oh, wait a minute. I got to correct that. Read it. Oh, I got to correct that, because reading it aloud gives you a total different perspective than you sitting there writing. But that's what I do. I'm doing every morning right now. Okay.
Well, guys, I will see y'all tomorrow in the food stamp line, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And after that will be Throwback Thursday. And Friday we have Shadow. He will be a guest in the food stamp line because his time is different in Sweden from us. So he will be my guest till Friday. And then if anybody wants to get Mackenzie something for her birthday, I did pin the link and it's in my community post. Her birthday is Saturday. She will be 12, so I'm officially old. I'm really old. Oh my gosh. So, guys, it's been real. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you, Gil.
Okay, my pleasure.
Tampa, queen of the creek, built on faith, yeah, the roots run deep, turning dust to gold, every crop I keep, hard work don't stop, I don't ever sleep, up before the rooster, hands in the dirt, every seed I plant, gotta know my worth, ain't no silver spoon, had to build my own, now the homestead strong like the crops I've grown, brick by brick, stitch by stitch, turning small town life into something rich, crafting my dreams, got the hammer and thread, while the world's still talking, I stay 2 steps ahead, from the garden to the stream, from the land to the sky, blood, sweat, and faith, that's how I ride.
Y'all have a beautiful, blessed night. Peace.